going on, everyone? DSP here, and welcome to another edition of Release Day Unboxing. Today is March 8th, 2011, and we have a major release that we will be talking about today. It is Dragon Age 2. Now keep in mind, there are 3 games actually coming out today. Well, let me take that back. 1 game, 1 DLC, 1 demo. Dragon Age 2 is the full retail release of today. Earlier today, I uploaded the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood DLC, the Da Vinci Disappearance. That's already up on DSPGaming, so check that out if you haven't already. And then tonight, exclusively for PlayStation Plus members, there's going to be a demo of Mortal Kombat 9 release, which I'll be recording some footage of and putting that up over on DSP Street Fighter. So be sure to check that out. But the major news for this week is Dragon Age 2. Now, a lot of people, when Dragon Age Origins came out, were dying for me to play it. We're like, Phil, you gotta play it. Why didn't you play it? You play all the major releases. Why didn't you play Dragon Age Origins? And there's a couple reasons. Number 1, because I'd heard the game was very long. Number 2, because I had never played Dragon Age 1. So I really didn't know anything about the universe or anything like that. And at that time, I wasn't playing every major release. I was playing the big blockbusters, but I wasn't playing every single game. I wasn't taking this as a job. It was more of just a hobby, and I didn't have much interest in it. But after popular demand, so many people have asked me to play this game. I'm now interested in it, and I actually heard that the console version is completely changed from the PC version to the point where this is more of like an action game with some RPG elements, while the PC version is a pure like turn-based role-playing game, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But anyway, Dragon Age 2, here it is. I got it on PS3 for a couple reasons. Number 1, when I reserved this about 2 months ago, I was afraid that for 360, which is what commonly happens on 360, it might have ended up in multiple discs. And there's nothing I hate more than in 2011 having to fucking swap out multiple discs. I remember last year, probably the most annoying thing for me, regarding that was Mass Effect 2. The game was outstanding, but whenever you got to the end of the game, you had to swap the disc out to do the optional content, and then you had to swap it back at the end of the game to go back to the main storyline, and it was extremely frustrating. Well, I kind of got one-upped on this one because I found out Dragon Age 2 is 1 disc on the 360, but at that point I'd already reserved it for PS3. But there's another reason to get it for PS3, and I'm going to explain why in a second. We're going to open this sucker up. But first, this is Rise from Warrior to Legend. This is, according to Game Informer, this is a great entry point into the Dragon Age series that you don't need to have knowledge of all the backstory in order to take advantage of it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, obviously this is an EA game. It uses Online Pass, which is bullshit, but I'm not worried about it because I actually buy my games. Alright, so there's your disc, Dragon Age 2. There's a bunch of stuff here that I want to show you. First of all, an ad for Mass Effect 3. It says the arrival has begun, and obviously they're talking about the arrival of the Reapers, which we've been waiting for since Mass Effect 1, and really they didn't even fucking talk about in Mass Effect 2 because they decided to make a filler episode more than anything else. Now on the other side of this is my code for EA Pass for this game. Obviously I'm not going to show that to you. Up next, we've got this, and this is the other reason that I bought this game for PS3. As you see, it says, Bring the Terror to Space, Dead Space 2. To unlock your exclusive set of Isaac Clarke-inspired armor and take the fight to Dragon Age 2, follow these instructions, okay? Play Dead Space 2 while logged into your EA account, and I've already done that. I've played it online. Play Dragon Age 2 while logged into your EA account, so I'm about to do that. And then you will receive an in-game instructions on how to retrieve your armor in Dragon Age 2. So supposedly, there's some exclusive armor from Dead Space 2. It's supposed to look like Isaac's engineering suit, and it's supposed to be in Dragon Age 2. Let's hope this works, and you're going to see, obviously, in real time when you watch my videos if it works or not. On the other side, just another ad for Bulletstorm, which EA has been plugging the shit out of, and the game's already out, so I don't know why they're still advertising it. Here's your Dragon Age 2 instruction booklet. Pretty typical, black and white. A little bit of information about how to create your character and how you level up and how to use combat and stuff like that. But for a game like this, you know it's going to be mostly all in-game. You know, you're not going to learn too much until you actually get your hands on it. So that's it for the instruction book. Well, it looks like you can actually download the soundtrack if you want. What I also want to say, and I'm not going to show you the code, obviously, because actually there is none, which is kind of weird. On my receipt from GameStop, right here, it says that you can get an exclusive Fade Shear Sword and Lion of Oriel's shield because you pre-ordered at GameStop. but then it says, to receive your in-game content, go to GameStop.com/code for instructions. There's no code necessary. So if there's no code necessary, how the hell am I going to get it? I don't understand. Maybe it's just because I bought the game, you get it anyway. Everyone gets it, and it's just people who get told from this receipt to go to the website. That's how they know. I don't know. That's pretty weird. But, yeah, I'm going to go online in a moment here and try that out and see if that works. Now, one other thing I actually picked up today, I thought this would be neat to talk about, because a lot of people wonder, gee, Phil, are there ever any games that you play that you don't necessarily record the footage? And 99% of the time, that answer is no. In fact, most of the time, whenever I'm playing a game, whether it's a serious, campaign role-playing game like Dragon Age, whether it's an action-oriented game, a first-person shooter that I'm playing online, a fighting game, you're pretty much seeing every single time I play those games. I usually record most of that footage, but there is one exception, and the exception is games for my Nintendo DS. And I don't frequently play games on the Nintendo DS. Actually, I have to say, back when I first got it, I have a DS Lite, and when it first came out, I played it a lot. I had a lot of puzzle games for it. I had Mario Kart for it. I had maybe a good 5 games that I played all the time on it, and I really liked it. And over the years, I've also gotten other games, such as all of the remakes of the Final Fantasies that came out for the Game Boy Advance. I played on the Nintendo DS. Then they started re-releasing them in 3D on the DS, and I played those as well. So I have, over the years, had many DS games that I've enjoyed. However, I've never recorded them for a couple reasons. Number one, because I don't play them consistently. I don't just sit around playing a DS game. And number two, how the hell do you record the DS? You know what I mean? As you know, I record with a camera. I can't put a camera up to 2 fucking screens on a DS and record in any kind of a good quality. It's not possible. Now, I do know that there are people who have done direct capture and such, but I don't do that. And it would be even more complicated to try to pull a direct feed from a DS, then try to edit in commentary, so hell with that. It's just not worth it. But recently, as you know, I started traveling the tournament scene again this year, following all of the qualifier tournaments. I've actually got them up on my calendar here, on the road to Evolution. And I went to Winter Brawl, and going to Winter Brawl, I said, gee, I'm going to need a game to play, because I don't want to sit around reading a book on this train. It might actually be hard to read. I'd like to play a game. So I went out and I got the latest release, or the latest of the re-releases, I want to say, of the role-playing games that have been coming out for the DS, which is Dragon Quest VI, Realms of Revelation. And I bought this, about 3 weeks ago, before I went to Winter Brawl. I'm about 36 hours into it, and I'm playing, I'm like, damn, this game is so long. It's like, I can't tell if I'm near the end or not. So I admit, I looked online. There is so much freaking content in this game that it looks like I might extend that game another 20 hours if I wanted to. So that's pretty crazy. But I warn everyone, this is a very traditional style JRPG. It originally came out for the SNES in the 90s. It's more along the style of the older Final Fantasies before they went 3D. And if you're not a style of that kind of grinding gameplay, the free world exploration to try to find a lot of the optional stuff, you're probably not going to like this game. I personally love this game. This is the kind of RPG I grew up with and I grew to love. And the Dragon Quest games, unfortunately in the US, after Dragon Quest III, which by the way, they were called Dragon Warrior in the US, they stopped releasing them in the US. And then the last one, excuse me, that was actually released for a home console, that wasn't a handheld console, was Dragon Quest VIII. That came out for the PS2. I believe that was like, 2005 or 2006, something like that. I think it was 2005. And funny story, I actually bought it because I wanted to try it and see where that Dragon Quest series had gone. And my PS2 broke and ate the disc. It just put a big fucking, like a big scraping line going through the disc like this, and it just destroyed the disc. And I never got to play it. I never played Dragon Quest VIII. So, anyway, I thought this would be a good place to start. So this I got 3 weeks ago, but then today when I was at GameStop, I said, hey, you know what? I'm probably going to be playing I have a limo that's actually taking me to the airport, and then I have a 2-hour plane ride each way to Atlanta this weekend because I'm going to Final Round, which is the next tournament in the EVO series. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get something else, just in case I'm playing this and I get bored, or maybe I just like, you know what, I want something a little bit more streamlined, because right now I'm up at a point in this game where the game's totally freeform and I can explore the whole world and do whatever I want. But maybe, you know, for a plane ride or something, you want something a little more direct. I got Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Now this, I picked it up today at GameStop. This is the most recent installment of the Dragon Quest series. It came out in 2010. And from what everyone said, it's really good. It's got 3D graphics. It's got traditional Dragon Quest gameplay. But in this game, you can actually supposedly see the monsters, I guess, before you fight them. I don't know. I guess that's more similar to like a Secret of Mana style gameplay. And, but it is turn-based. And it got really good reviews when it came out last year. And I said, you know what? Last year, I didn't travel at all, really. I went to Nashville once, and that was it. But I pretty much stayed home the whole year. And so this year, now that I have opportunity to travel, I have a reason to travel, and a lot of people, you know, are going to enjoy the footage. Let me get something to do while I'm traveling. So now I have 2 good Dragon Quest games to play when I'm on the road on trips. So you'll know what I'll be doing in my downtime on those trips. You know, whether I'm on a train, I'm on a plane, I'm in a limo, I'm just waiting for something. It's going to be me playing these 2 games, and I look forward to maybe giving reviews of them later this year. Of course, the problem is I'll have no footage because you can't record the DS, like I said, with the camera. It looks shitty. But so far, so good. I'm liking Dragon Quest VI. Looking forward to Dragon Quest IX. And it's kind of funny because this one, 6 is rated T for teen because there's a lot of adult-oriented content. Like there's some sexual innuendo, there's drinking references and things like that. This one's rated E. So I'm wondering if they kind of toned it down to have a more open audience. I'm not sure, but alright, so that's it for release day unboxing. Oh, I guess you want to see what's inside of this, don't you? Not a hell of a lot, but it's probably kind of funny. You got your DS game, and you get 700 pieces of literature with a DS game. I don't know why they do this, right? First you get recommendations of other games you should buy if you liked it. So if I like Dragon Quest IX, I should buy Fossil Fighters and WiiWare Do-It-Yourself. What the fuck? Those games have nothing to do with Dragon Quest, not even close. Very odd choices that they put there. Here is a code for Club Nintendo, which accidentally I just showed you, so obviously before I put this video out, I'm going to go enter that myself and get the credit for it. Your Club Nintendo points. Here you've got your health and safety precautions. Here you've got how you use Nintendo Wi-Fi, and then finally behind the 400 fucking useless pieces of paper, you get your instruction booklet. And the one thing I can say for the Dragon Quest series, look at this. Full color, very descriptive. Look at that beautiful artwork by the guy who actually did all the artwork for the Dragon Ball anime series. If you didn't know that, yeah, he does all the artwork for Dragon Quest and also Blue Dragon, which was another game that came out from the people who had previously worked on the Final Fantasy games. But yeah, that is an instruction booklet that I'm proud to look at and read, and you know what, if I have downtime, I'll skim through that and enjoy it. Rather than some of these other shitty instruction books you get with these games these days. They're fucking black and white, they're 2 pages, they're like, insert game into console, press start to play, and then you'll figure it out from there. Like, wow, that was useful, why'd you even fucking bother to print it? So, alright. Immediately after this video finishes encoding, I'm going to start playing Dragon Age 2. So you'll see footage of this today on DSPGaming. Remember, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood DLC is already up on DSPGaming. Check that out. I will be trying out the multiplayer of that at some point because there is new multiplayer content, but I have no time to do it right now. You're going to see Dragon Age 2 today. You're going to see Mortal Kombat 9 demo on DSP Street Fighter. And then tomorrow you'll also see more Dragon Age 2. Then keep in mind, starting Thursday, I'm traveling. I'm going to Atlanta for Final Round. Therefore, you will not see any more footage on DSPGaming until next week. But stay tuned to DSP Street Fighter all this week starting Thursday, all the way through Monday. You're going to have full coverage of Final Round. You're going to have my trip blog. You're also going to have my thoughts on the people that are there. Probably going to be meeting a lot of people I haven't seen in a long-ass time. Remember, Team Spooky Stream will be up the entire time. Check them out on Justin TV. It's just Team Spooky. Search for them. Or I believe you can find them on Ustream, but I don't think it's as useful as Justin TV. I think on Justin TV you can jump straight to their page and find them easily. But I'll probably be on the stream on and off over the course of the weekend. Gonna beat Tokido's ass in Super Turbo. I'm pumped. Alright, so that's it. I'm DSP. Hope you enjoyed this release day unboxing, and I will see you guys in Dragon Age 2.